So today we are going to have a discussion about how we are going to prepare our children for the future. There are a lot of things which are happening around us, and we would like to just take a look at how we can get our children ready. And let me tell you again that this is not a lecture, and this is not a session where I'm going to be speaking. I want you to interact because it is going to be you and your family. We are talking about how you can get your family ready and your children ready for the future. So I'm not going to share any parenting tips. It's available in plenty across the social media. That's not what we are looking at. We are looking at what is it that is making us face challenges parenting our children, and what is it that we can do as a person, as a parent, as a teacher, and how can we transform the lives of our children and take our family to the next level. So can you quickly share in the chat box, what is the one challenge you're facing as a parent and a teacher with children? Yeah. Can you share in the chat box? What is the challenge you're facing? As a parent and as a teacher? Distractions, yeah. Procrastination, yeah. Addiction to social media, yes. Anything else? Any behavior issues? Yeah. Lack of quality face-to-face time? Restlessness? Yes. Very good. So, yeah, I know more than my parent. Yeah, that's right. So, what is it that is making them to say all these things? And why do you think that parents are at loggerheads with children? Is it a battle? What is happening here? Yeah. What do you think is happening here? I think most often, I've been a parent coach for nearly 3 decades, and every time I see parents coming to me with any situation or any challenge which they are facing with their children, they tell me, oh, my children are not listening to me. My child talks back. My child is not disciplined. My child is not having a routine. My child is not taking responsibility, and so on and so forth. What is it that is missing here? Is it something missing in the child? Is it something missing in us as a parent or as a family? That's what we are going to look at today. So, if you're talking about the pain which the parents are facing and the challenges which they're facing, it is not entirely because of the child or because of the lack of commitment from the child. Where is this commitment coming from? What does the child need to stay committed to itself and to the family and to life? Is the question. Why is there so much of resistance on the part of the child, which is making the child to not obey or not follow certain rules and regulations or policies or culture or values? And why is it that parents are feeling at a loss to imbibe these values or to bring in that culture which nurtures responsibility, accountability, and respect from the child? Can you think of the reasons why the children are not able to respond in the manner in which the parents are expecting. You can unmute yourself. There's no need for us to go to the chat box at all. You can unmute yourself and let's have it as interaction.
So I think, first of all, parents are not spending as much time as they should be spending with the children. And that too, quality time where they discuss daily, what they've gone through, how was their day, that kind of a time where families
Yeah,
sit together and they eat together and they discuss what they have been
right,
doing in, day to day, everyday life. So I think that can bring them closer. That can bring, some kind of trust and warmth, uh, among each other. So
right.
that is what I feel.
Thank you, Tina. I think it is the pressure of the modern life where both parents are working and the pressure is so much that they do not find the time. And they usually tell me that we don't have that much time to spend
Yes.
with our children. What do we do with them? How do we find this kind of time? And how do we connect with them? Their thinking and their perspective and their attitude is so different. So we are not able to talk in their language or understand the way they value everything in their life or they value their own selves. So there is a disconnect between the child's perspective of life and family and the perspective of the parent as the child's life and family. So there is a lot of meaningless relationships inside the family, though they are existing together as one unit. I think there is no meaning in their relationship, or there is no communication between parents and children, between the parents, and there is a lot of rising disrespect and conflict amongst family members. And this is not good, is it? It is not going to be
Mhm.
helpful for either the children or the parents. So, what is happening is the families are coming at loggerheads or coming to a roadblock where they are unable to understand what is happening with themselves or with their children, and they are clueless as to how to resolve this situation. So, what do we do? Do we think that families cannot break this barrier and cross over and raise to a different level? Or do we give up and say, oh, this is how every family is? It's not only my family, every other family is going through the same thing, and every other teenager is misbehaving. So let's deal with it. It's they who are going to live with their lives and with their challenges. So let's leave it to them. Are we going to throw up our hands and say we give up, or are we going to take any action? Is my question to you. What do we do? Do you think we can take some action? Do you think families can raise to the occasion?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We need to take action and we need to, bring in back that bond which little baby,
Yes.
infant and a mother has,
Yes.
or with father. It can be with any of the partners or two parents or both the parents as well.
Right.
So that trust building is very important where children come and share, their thoughts, their things with you every day. That they come back, they look forward to coming to you and telling you what happened and this is how I'm feeling. I'm not feeling good, or somebody said something and I don't think I should have reacted the way I did, or whatever,
Yeah.
happened with them. So that can happen only when you have built that trust with your children. So that trust
Exactly.
building, spending time,
Absolutely,
yes,
Tina.
that is very important.
Yeah, absolutely, Tina. You are bang on. And the truth is, parents, when I deal with both schools and parents, and when I talk to the school will say, oh, the parents are not doing much. When I talk to the parents will say, oh, the school is not doing anything about it. But the truth is, it's not the school, it is the home. Because a school will stay for a part of the life in the child, but the home is going to be home for the child for the rest of its life. And that
Absolutely.
is why it is so important that we build our home, build our family in such a manner that it is a foolproof place where children feel safe and children feel belonged and children feel valued and respected for whatever they are. We have different kinds of children. There are children who have extraordinary needs. There are children who have the usual needs or the common needs. But all children have needs. That's the most important point we should remember here. We all have children who have their own unique needs. And that's why I said I'm not going to share parenting tips, because there is no blanket statement which says that, oh, you follow these, there's no magic wand which gives you solutions. It is for you to devise or design your own family culture in such a manner that it fits you and your family. It is not one size fits all. It doesn't. And within your family, each child in your family needs different
100%.
interventions or different interactions and different strategies which help them to grow into beautiful individuals. And that's the reason it is more about home and how parents and children come together to create this culture which is going to be filled with wonderful human values, and that is going to shape your children better than anything else in the world. And that's why it is so important for us to pay attention to how much time we are dedicating to building this culture. Now, when I talk about family culture, I think most often we find that there is an invisible culture at home, which is not expressed, which is not written, which is not shared between us or with the children. And it is invisible, it is followed without any questions. And that is what I'm talking about. How this plays a role in the child's life. So, what is this invisible culture which is existing at home? It is the way we talk, the way we dress, the way we eat, the food we cook, the language we speak, the unspoken rules we follow,
Absolutely.
the tone in which we talk to each other, the rituals we follow. Everything is part of family culture. So, now, can we say everything to the children? Are we supposed to say everything to the children, or are we not? What is it that is missing in the present generation, which was not missing in my generation? You know, when I was a child, there were there was nothing which was spoken or nothing which was shared, but we followed all of them. It was really not written anywhere. It was not mandatory for them to tell us that this is how we are going to do it, but we just followed. Children mimic right from young age. And that's what we did. We were very good at mimicking. And if you think the circumstances and the exposure the children had in my generation, it was far, far lesser compared to the exposure which the children have today. So, for example, we had role models who were in person. We were able to see people who were truthful, who were honest, who were loyal, who were living their life with integrity and character. But now we don't get to see those many role models. I'm not saying that they have just vanished from the world, but they are far more rare to find and experience as children. And this is why everything needs to be explicit. Everything needs to be written down. Everything needs to be discussed. And those days were the times when children never questioned what was asked of them. But now it is a world of reasoning, world of information, world of knowledge and technology. And if I don't say what it means or why we are doing what we are doing, children can find out, even if we don't mention it to them. And that's the reason it's important for families to come up with a culture which is not just built in, which is shared, which is co-created with the children. So when parents come and tell me children are not following a routine, I ask them, what are you modeling? They'll say, no, I follow my routine very religiously. And I do everything according to the time, but my child is still not following the routine. So what is missing there? The children are seeing your routine. The children are able to understand that routine is important, but still they are not able to follow. What is it that is happening here? It is shared value against forced rules. See the difference? Now, when I tell you, you got to sit here, turn off your cameras, turn off your audio, and you're going to just listen to me. I'm the boss. If I say that, you will say, no, who are you to ask me to do that? I'm going to turn on the video. I want to show my face. I've got ready for that. And so is with the children. When you say that, okay, you got to get up at 6 o'clock, the child will question, why do I have to get up at 6 o'clock? I want to get up at 7:30. Simple. Now, the forced rule will be something like a dictatorship, and children don't like it. Let's say we have a conversation with a child and say, okay, this is something which we are sharing. It's your life, your school, your lessons, your knowledge, your learning, and you are doing what you want to do. How do you want to do it? But I am going to guide you with one important factor which you have to keep in mind when you are jotting down your routine. Remember that following a routine every day will help you become more disciplined. How does this discipline help? This discipline will help you in achieving more success in whatever you do in life. Therefore, we follow routines. And I've seen some parents follow the routines by cursing, saying, oh my God, I have to get up at 6 o'clock. I have to do this, I have to do that. You know, the tone, the language, the way in which we follow the routine is also important. If I'm enjoying following the routine, then my child understands that routine is something which is enjoyable. Routine is something which is needed in life. And if you are sharing it with the child, then the child will understand that it is the child's responsibility to get up, not your responsibility. Remember, many times parents feel that it is their responsibility for the child's action or behavior. No. Remember one thing, every one of us do what we want to do. We don't follow anything what others tell us to do. When you see people following certain things, it is just that I make up my mind to follow it. Unless I make up my mind, I will not follow it. So it's basically my own intention of doing a particular task which will make me to do it, not the rule, not the forced dictatorship. No, it doesn't work. So what are we trying to do here? What's the first secret? We have to take the children close to us and then make them co-creators of their life and our family. Because what is family? It is us with the children, not it is just us plus the children. Right now, parents are looking at it as parents plus children. So they are outside the family culture and they are not able to bring them in to commit and to co-create what this family actually wants to achieve. So now, when you are co-creating the values, children feel belonged. They are respected, they're valued, their opinions are considered by the family. And that is why they feel that they are responsible for the whole family. They don't even feel that they're responsible for themselves. They feel responsible for the entire family because you see, they feel valued. Right? Do you agree with me? If you can choose not to agree with me, as I said, every one of us decide what to do. You can choose not to agree with me. Please feel free. But if you think that involving the children to co-create family culture is not going to work, yeah, well, I take it as accepted. And I have created a family values journal, which I'm going to share with you at the end of the webinar, where it is a journal where you can enjoy with all the family members and create it as you go. Because, as I said, each family has its own culture. So, can you take 30 seconds to write down one value which you value most? One value which you value most. Can you write down and share it with me? You can share it on the chat box. Yeah. Respect, family prayer time, affection, openness. Yeah. Yeah. So now you have given a thought about what is most important for you. Shared feelings? Yes. Now think about whether you are able to see this coming across in your own daily life. I'm sure it will be coming across in everything you do because you give it the top priority. So every time you have a conversation with any of your family members or anybody else, you pay attention to openness or you pay attention to sharing feelings, you know? And I think this is a underlying, underpinning principle in your life which is running, if you can see. And this is something which needs to be expressed with your family because then we are able to communicate. I think somebody wrote communication as one of the uh, values. Yeah. So if you are able to communicate what you value most, and if you know what others value most, the communication becomes easy. We will not be fighting. We will not be having arguments about why I value something more than what you do. Many times arguments arise because of that. I value something higher in a conversation than you, and you value something else. So we are not on the same page. And that's why there is miscommunication, misunderstanding. So you can use the family values journal to create your own values, which works for your family, right? Sorry. So what is the second secret? Now, this is resilience. Resilience is very, very important when it comes to children or ourselves. Now, what is the meaning of resilient? I think you can unmute yourself and tell me in one sentence what you think resilience is.
It's bouncing back,
Yeah,
in any condition
yeah,
where you undergoing some kind of pressure or things are not going according to your way, but still going strong and not
yes,
giving up. That is
yeah,
what the resilience.
yeah. Anything else? Any other thoughts? I'm not looking for definitions. Don't think that
Yeah, yeah.
you are right or wrong. It is your way of understanding what is resilience. I want to know what your way is. Please.
To me, resilience is acceptance to some extent. Like you said, if the things are not going my way, I wait patiently and later realize that whatever happened was even better than what I expected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I want more people to say. Yeah.
Maybe withstand whatever is happening, like, let it take its own course, and then we see, like, it's mostly like patiently we check out the situation instead of, how do you say,
Yeah.
reacting.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. Dr. Jyoti. Yeah.
I was saying that for me, resilience would mean looking at the situation and looking at the positive, looking at it with positivity,
Yeah.
and then moving forward in an optimistic manner, and have your strengths with you when that period is over.
Right. Right. So we are all saying the same thing in different ways. That's why I said I want you all to say, because it's just that how we perceive a particular situation, isn't it? All of us agree on that. How we perceive a situation and how we react to it or respond to it is the question. So if we want our children to be resilient, first of all, we need to be resilient and we need to model it. Now, I see many parents who come and say they are very flustered and they're very anxious and they're very scared to think about what is going to happen next instead of focusing on what they need to do right now. So, that itself is going to be the model which they're exhibiting to the child. Parents do not realize that. They feel that they're doing everything all right. Oh, I am anxious because my child is not behaving properly. But if you are anxious, your child will model that. Your child will mimic that. So, how is it going to help if you are making if you are behaving or using a language which is indicating that you are not resilient, you are not reacting in a particular manner, in a positive manner, or you are not accepting certain things in the situation. It is not only with respect to the child, it is with respect to any other situation too. They will be watching us. Remember, as soon as a person becomes a parent, we have audience in our lives. We are not alone. Whatever we do, it is seen, observed, noticed, mimicked by our children. And therefore, we should be very, very careful as to what we are projecting as ourselves, as a parent, as a person, as a spouse. What am I presenting to my child? Is it what I want my child to learn? Or is it what I don't want my child to learn? Right? So these are the things which we have to keep in mind. So now that is why resilience is built in rituals, isn't it? Don't you think so? We practice rituals. Ritual can be anything from religious rituals to any kind of ritual, like a gratitude time every day. Okay, it's a ritual which I follow in my family. What do? Every day in the evening, before going to bed, we all sit together and we talk about what is the one thing which I'm grateful for today. Every day I'm grateful, but I am going to stand or I'm going to sit in my family circle. I'm going to talk about what am I grateful for today? What happened in my life today? And what am I grateful for? And when I model that, my children will understand that, oh, every day I need to be grateful. First of all, for being alive. I got up today, right? I'm grateful that I got up and I'm here with you. And that's the first thing which we have to do. And when I model it, children do understand and imbibe it. And these are the rituals I'm talking about, which are going to nurture children with the right values and the right mindset. Because resilience is nothing but mindset. Like some of you told me that it could be a positive attitude. I see the positive side of it. I see how I can deal with it, or I see how I can figure out my way. All these are the mindset, the proactive growth mindset, which makes me to understand how I'm going to face challenges in life. And when I build it on a ritual, what happens is it becomes a part of me. It becomes a part of my family. It becomes my family culture to be resilient. And it automatically translates into resilience in children. So there are some beautiful rituals which you can follow. For example, failure stories night, once in a week. You know, we all know that we are not perfect. No one is perfect. We always fail in so many things, but we may succeed in some things. And every parent aspires that their children don't make their mistakes, don't repeat their mistakes. So what is the one thing I can teach my child? I am going to share my failure. I am going to have a debrief session on that day and say, what do you think I did wrong? I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps, and I landed up here, which is not a good thing. In your opinion, what do you think I did wrong? What do you think I should rectify? How would you face this challenge? How would you see that you do not fail? All these are beautiful interactions which make children to build their growth mindset. They will first of all understand that failing is not something criminal. Failing is not which happens to only certain people, or success is always in their pathway. Failure is part of success. And then second, they will understand that sharing a failure does not mean that you're ashamed of it or you're worthless. Sharing a failure is a learning time. Sharing a failure builds growth mindset. And this is how we are going to build our children. Not by dictating, okay, you can't be saying that you failed in a subject and you can't say, I'm going to commit suicide. No, that doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. That's simply because they do not understand what you're trying to say. They do not perceive that there are long-term implications for this particular resilience, which has to be built in them. Why do we need resilience? Don't you think that every day we are facing some challenge or the other? Irrespective of who you are, what your age is, what your circumstances are, what your financial status is, what your success rate is, anything you take, every individual is facing challenges every day. And the way we look at it, the mindset with which we look at it, and the strategies we use to overcome these challenges is the most important factor. And that's what we need to build in our children. If more teenagers are committing suicide today, it's not because of children. It's because of us, parents and teachers, who have not been able to build this resilience in children. How are we not able to involve them, engage them, make them responsible, make them commit to themselves is the question. That is where we have failed. And that is what we need to look at in order to build resilient children. The third secret is respect. This is the most important value which has to be present in a family. I have worked with families where husbands do not respect their wives. What are the implications? And what do you mean by respect? I think you can unmute and tell me, what do you mean by respect? Yeah, please.
In the simplest words, acknowledging the other's efforts.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else?
Value other people, work, time, everything,
Yeah.
So that is very important.
Yeah. Anything else? Please, all of you, please share what you think is respect.
I think it's also seeing the other person, whether it's a partner or a child or a parent, as a human being.
Yeah.
Because that extends not just to your own family, but to everyone you see in the world, everyone you interact with in the world.
Right. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah. Okay. For me, respecting is valuing anybody for who they are, as it is, with no edits, no modifications, no adjustments, no compromise, nothing. Because I think when we want to respect someone, oh, he's so educated, that's why I respect him. He's so knowledgeable, that's why I respect him. She is such a successful woman, that's why I respect her. No, it's not because of that. There are fallacies in each one of us. When I respect a person, I respect that person because of the person that person is, as is, with no modifications. Because I'm not perfect. And when I value the other person with all the negatives, with all the imperfections, that other person will respect me back. Now, when we are dealing with children, we need to model this, that I am respecting everyone and everything in my life. When I do that, automatically the child will understand that we need to respect everybody. Everybody will be different. They will have different positive things, different negative things, but we need to accept them for who they are and work with it. So if you feel that you cannot work with the person because of their negative traits, look for something positive. I had an interesting activity during my workshops, especially when I go to schools where teachers have been working with each other for a long time and they've spent time together and they know each other quite well. If you ask people to write 3 positive things about a teacher who is in the same school, but they have not worked with them for a long time. They are in the same school, maybe 10 years, but they have not worked together as a joint team towards a particular goal or towards a particular task. Believe me, they find it very difficult. If I increase it to 10 positive things, they will not come up with it. Because most of our time is spent in, oh, she is like this, oh, he is like that, oh, he doesn't do this, or she doesn't cooperate this way. And these are the things which will stay in our mind and not the things which they can do. And this is the unspoken culture. which I was talking to you in the beginning, right? So when I narrate an incident from my work in the family circle at family times or dinner time, it comes across that in my narration, I'm going to talk about, oh, my colleague, da 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 da. This is what happened, and this is what he did or she did, and this is how I reacted, and this is what I feel, etc., etc. All these are going to be the unspoken, invisible culture, remember. And it is going to play a major role in our children's lives. And therefore, it is important for us to pay attention to our daily conversations. Simple things in life matter a lot. The way we speak, the tone in which we speak, the language we use, the arguments we have, the disagreements we have, the way we apologize, the way we thank, the way we are grateful, all this are given as training for the children on a daily basis without our knowledge. And that is why we need to be very careful in what we want in life, what we want in our family, what we want our children to become. Because if I value something, I am going to see that all this is included in my everyday life. And my child is going to learn exactly that. Because the child is watching me on a daily basis in the way I speak, in the way I interact, in the way I argue, in the way I disagree, in the way I express my emotions, the way I am grateful, the way I thank people, the way I maintain my relationships, right? The way I respect everything in my life, including the child. And then watch the miracle happen. Children will automatically start respecting everyone and everything in their life. That's it. So, here is something which I want two of you to share your thoughts. More people can share about this. So, I take a case where the child talks back. How would you respond to this? What would you do? Yeah. Please go for it.
Well, I calmly say that this is not the way we talk. Or first, I just wait for some time to see if I do not react, will he, like, sometimes you don't need to speak out the words. If I am calm, is he going to take a minute and then realize that, okay, she's not saying anything, that means I need to think, like. Or if he continues, because sometimes they are not in that mental state, like they will know, they will go on and on and on. Then I just try to say that coolly, this is not the way to talk. We will talk again when you cool down. Okay, if you want to sit down for some time, you can take your time, and then we will talk when you are a bit cool down. I do like that.
Right. Anybody else?
Yeah, I do agree that we need to stay calm, and we may stop the conversation also so he realizes that you're not liking the way he's behaving. So stopping the conversation for some time, calming down, or using the specific language, like just now she explained that you can tell them that you are not in a mood, or maybe you need little time to cool down, and then we'll discuss something like that. We can do to disengage his that temper which he is in.
Right.
So, and then you can come back to when he realizes, after maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you can again get into conversation politely, and then child will realize that, yes, I can converse like this also, instead of, replying back in an arrogant manner or whatever way he's talking.
Right. As a parent, you are sharing this, I think.
Yeah.
because I am confident now to say that both of you who have spoken this are having the family culture in place, right? What about a child in the school? If you were a teacher, how would you do that? How would you respond to that? I'm sure it will be a different response.
Yeah, definitely. We will tell him to check the way he's behaving, So we'll definitely tell the child that you're not behaving the way you should be. I'm your teacher, you should know how to talk to your teacher or something like that, It will
Yeah,
be a different approach altogether.
right, right. Okay, anybody else wants to share about this? Okay, we'll go to
Yeah,
the
yeah. What I thought is another way would be maybe normally the child talks back. One of the main feeling is a feeling of helplessness and being frustrated at that moment.
Yeah.
So the first step would be, as Tina said that, and that what they said that, okay, calm down. I'll talk to you another as a parent.
Yeah.
And as a teacher, I think you could get the child aside or ask the child, I understand, when the child knows that that it is being understood, it's easy to calm the child down. So you can say that I understand that you're feeling frustrated or helpless about a condition. Would you like to talk about it? Tell me what are your thoughts now?
Yeah.
Why, what is it that made you act like this? I'm willing to listen.
Yeah.
And then go on from there.
Right. Yeah. Anybody else? Okay, we'll take the second situation. Child ignores rituals for screens. I think this is very common. So what would you do?
Well, I actually, before starting the screen time, I asked them, normally we have a fixed time of screen time. So I tell them that this is the time and you have to take care of it. So I asked them to put a timer.
Yeah.
And then if you want some time more, then you can stop and then you can ask that, can I have 5 minutes or 10 minutes more, depending on whether it can be given, I can tell you. But it is your responsibility to see how much time you are, because if I keep shouting, then he doesn't listen. He's like, oh my God, just 5 minutes more, 5 minutes more, like that. So
Yeah.
I face that situation. Like if I tell them, okay, time is up, you have to stop, or okay, another 5 minutes, then if I don't give, then it is a big, like, issue. Before starting, I tell them that you set the time, and once the time is over, that it's the what you wanted, this much time you wanted, you had it. That doesn't mean that he can have hours and all, the specific whatever is
Yeah.
appropriate. Then if another 5 minutes, you can stop and then say that, okay, mom, I just have 5 minutes more of this movie. Can I finish it? Like that. So I have fixed that one. It works most of the time. Most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it works. I think you're doing a great job. Can I call you Datta? Yeah.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're doing a great job. Congratulations. That's what I was arriving at. That's what I was arriving at. Because when we have the child committing to something, you are not imposing it, but in a way you are imposing, but you have made a partnership with your child, saying that you are responsible for turning it off, not me. I am not going to tell you to turn it off. You have agreed to turn it off. You have agreed for half an hour or 1 hour or whatever, right? So the child feels guilty if the child does not follow it because it was created by the child, right? And the child will value because you have respected the child's request for whatever the time, isn't it? That's what you have done. You have respected the child. You have valued the child's need for watching it for so and so time. So you have given the freedom to extend it when necessary for a limited period of time. All these are part of what I'm trying to tell you, that you should involve the child in building the culture and not imposing rules. You see how it is working for you because you shifted from imposing rules to shared values. Do you understand? I'm happy that you joined today because you have made my job easy. Right? Yeah. That's what it's all about. How we shift from imposing something to sharing it. How we build that culture. So let's see what are the steps to build a strong family culture. What is it that we can look at? And I have distilled it into 5 milestones. So what is the first thing which we are going to do? Co-create values with children. Right? It is not, my family is not without my children. Please understand that. My family includes my children. They may be babies. They may be teenagers. Doesn't matter. You have to include them right from when they are born, right from when they are babies. You have to include them in everything what you do and plan together as a family. That is what is co-creation. That is when they feel belonged. And that's what Datta has done. She has co-created this screen time. And that's why she is able to see success, not all the time, but most of the time. And things will not go haywire or out of control because of that. Right? And then when you create these values, what you need to do is you need to give them some anchor. You can't just let it stand as standalone values. You need to give them some anchor. And what is it that makes them to hold on to these values? They are the rituals. So create some rituals. It could be dinner time. Wherever you are, whatever you do, whatever may be your commitments, dinner time is a time where everybody comes together for half an hour. Right? Whether you're having a very important meeting or important work or any other commitment, you are coming together at a particular time every day for this. Or it could be the gratitude time. It could be the sharing failures. It could be sharing challenges. It could be learning something together. It could be doing some creative work together. It need not be on a daily basis. It need not be for hours together. It could be just 5 minutes every day. It's fine. I'm sure all of us do have 5 minutes. All of us do have half an hour. Right? So you anchor it with rituals and then take a look at it every month and see how it is working, whether these rituals are really supporting the children and you in taking the family forward, or is there necessity for you to tweak it, change it, and make it better? This is something which you need to review. And then when your child does something or follows a particular value, follows a ritual very religiously, you have to celebrate. For example, when the child exactly follows 1 hour screen time and switches it off, you have to celebrate. And you can keep a slot for celebrations every day. And children will look forward to it. Remember one thing in life, that what we expect, we get. What did I say? What we expect, we get. It is true. You can test it in your own life. Because I have been a teacher trainer for a long time. And I give one tip to the teachers. When you enter the class, there's a foot mat outside the door. Why is there a foot mat outside the door? you need to not only wipe your feet, but you have to wipe all the negative thoughts before you enter the classroom. And when you enter, go with the thought that this class and these children are one of the most amazing children. And I am going to have a very interesting lesson today, and we are going to learn together. This sets the tone for the class. So when the teacher enters, the tone is set to a positive attitude of learning together, being together in that learning journey, and considering all the children as amazing children who are willing to learn. And every time the teacher enters, the teacher will experience nothing but the best from the children. As opposed to, there are many occasions when teachers complain and say, oh my God, I've got a very noisy classroom. I've got the most rebellious class. When I go with the thought that I am entering a rebellious class, everybody will rebel against me. This is why I say we get what we expect. You expect the best, you get the best. So, when you are presenting something, you need to expect the best from your children. Do not at any point of time think that my child is the worst. No, it is part of you. Your child is a part of you. How can it be the worst? That means indirectly you're telling yourself you're not good. No, you are good. All human beings are good. It's just the way we use what goodness we have within ourselves. If we are able to use it to the maximum extent, and if we expect the good in others, we see only good. We don't see anything bad. Because my mindset is like that. And that is why you need to celebrate values in action. When you celebrate, what happens is children will get motivated, inspired. And they will think that, oh, if I do this, my mother is going to be happy. My father is going to be happy. They're going to celebrate. All these are some things which are going to support and anchor the children to follow the family culture. And to do all of this, it is very hard. Do you know why it is very hard? I think gone are those days when we were connected with large families, joint families, where we didn't have only mother, father, only one child, or maybe one brother, one sister. No, it was not like that. It was a bundle. We had too many people. We had the neighbors, we had the friends, we had the family friends, we had the doctor, we had the teachers, we had the school, we had the entire community coming after us saying that, hey, you belong to this family, isn't it? What are you doing out here? Why are you doing this? Come, I'm going to take you. I'm going to guide you in the right way. But now nobody is bothered. We are disconnected. We are all alone. We're feeling lonely as a family because we think that we cannot share our challenges with others. There's nobody to support us, like we used to get support in the olden days. That is the reason we need to build a community where we can share, like what I'm doing right now. By sharing my thoughts, what I'm doing is I'm reinforcing my own values. I'm not thinking that I'm teaching you something. I'm reinforcing my own values, my own perception of what a family culture is, my own endorsement of what I'm doing right and what I am not. Do you see how this will work? When you are with the same kind of people who are facing similar challenges, who are using strategies to deal with these challenges, you come together as one. And I gave you two cases and I asked you to say what you think about it. How are you going to deal with this? You gave me one or two suggestions that this is how I would deal with it. But you may have more suggestions. What if we have a community where we can easily share our thoughts, challenges, and listen to everybody? That is the community culture which I want to build. And that's the reason I'm here today, to build a community where people understand how important is family culture, how important is building this strong family culture is to the world at large. Why are we seeing wars? Why are we seeing so much hatred? Why are we seeing so much of negativity? Why are people being toxic? It is because we are not managing as individuals, as families, as parents. If every one of us follow that, I think the world would be a better place. Even if some of us don't understand it, don't follow it, the world is going to get affected. Remember that. We are here together for a purpose, to build a better, beautiful world for the future generations. So, what is it that we are going to achieve if we build a community where every person takes the responsibility of making their own family future ready? What is it that is required to be future ready? We need to anchor it with human values. We need to anchor it with strong family cultures rooted in human values. And that is what is going to build our children to become resilient, to become respectful, both at home and in community. And we need to give them all the skills and strategies to build themselves beautifully. And that is why we are here today. I invite you to try the family culture journal, which I'm going to share in the chat box in some time. And I invite you to join the Values First Parents Inner Circle, where we are going to have several activities. You can scan the QR code. It's a WhatsApp group. You can scan the QR code and join the community, right? It's going to be a very small, compact group where we are going to discuss how we can build strong families, how we can build family cultures, how we can make our children ready for the future, irrespective of whether we have the AI or not, irrespective of whether the technology is going to go bonkers or not. We are going to get them ready because it is not focused on some technology. It's focused on what human beings are and what we value the most. So you can scan it and join the WhatsApp group. And what we are
It
going to
says
get.
you can't, it says you can't join the group because the invite link was reset.
Reset, yeah.
You
That
can't
is what
join.
the
Oh, okay. Um, Let me share it once again. Just a second. I'll share the link. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'll just show you what is planned in this group. So we are planning to have monthly open forum where we are going to invite experts who are doctors, child specialists, child psychologists, mental health experts, and who are going to be available for any discussions from anybody, and they can ask questions, they can share their challenges, and they can ask solutions for their challenges. And they also get the practical strategies from these experts. Also, on the WhatsApp group, you can ask any question and support in the group. And it's not only from me or from the experts which you're going to get the solution. It can be one of the members, because all of us are experts, isn't it? We are experts in what we are doing, how we are leading our life. So we can share our solutions and support each other and celebrate each other. You know, the joy you get. I'm sure, Datta, you need to celebrate today, because I am celebrating you for having co-created that screen time regime with your child, which is something to be celebrated. You have to talk about it. You have to share it with all your friends and family, because you have achieved success. Do you see what I'm saying? It is not just getting a first rank or getting an award or getting a reward which has to be celebrated. It is such things which have to be celebrated. And we are here to celebrate your wins, right? We need that. And you will get more inspired and you'll come up with your creative ideas to build your family culture. And that's what we need to do, right? We are here to celebrate each other, each other's wins and strategies. And there will be plenty of resources which are going to be available for the community members. So I'm planning a first monthly open forum on 1st of November at the same time, 4 p.m. All right. So I'm going to share several things on the chat box. Give me a minute because I want to give you the WhatsApp link, and then I want to give you the link for downloading your family culture journal. And I'm also going to share the link for being present on the first monthly open forum, so that, you know, you will all be able to access all the resources. So thank you so much. But I am now opening the floor for your views and comments about my session, whatever your thoughts, questions, anything at all. So I'll stop sharing the screen and I'll keep it open while I share the links with you. Yeah, thank you so much. And I would like to thank Charles Fowler for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be a part of World Values Day. I'd like to say a few things about World Values Day. It is an organization where they are celebrating values and they are promoting nurturing values all over the world. And I'm so glad that I'm part of it. And the way people have been working in a crazy manner about nurturing values, it is something amazing. And I'm so honored to be part of this. Thank you so much, Charles. Now I keep the forum open for questions while I share the links with you. Any questions?
Yeah, Nagamani, we've really enjoyed the session today.
Thank you so much.
Very nice, whatever you've covered for in such a short duration was very nice. Interactive sessions are always better. So
Yes.
you gave us that opportunity to interact also. That was so wonderful. Also, I would just like to ask, like, since we are also running a counseling company, so
Yeah.
we have children while doing our counseling process for educational purposes, we come
Yeah.
across students who need some kind of personal counseling as well,
Yeah.
and parents also approach. So can we also sometimes in front few, sessions or through WhatsApp group, can we make those parents also part of this journey? And
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you so much.
that would be
Because
really good.
I want more people to join in this group because of the benefits they're going to get. It is
Yes.
like I said, don't you all feel that you're all alone sometimes? Sometimes, parents do feel that.
Yes.
It's not we. I mean, we are professionals, we have grown out of it. But I feel that parents do feel that they're all alone. They don't have anybody to take care of them or to celebrate them, basically. And we are human beings. We need serotonin. We need people to pat our backs.
Yes.
And we need people to, um, you know, uh, congratulate us and say that, hey, you're doing well.
Yes.
That's when they will do more. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
So you can share this link with the parents
Yes.
and they can join in. Yeah,
Oh, wonderful.
that's fine. Can
Thank
you
you.
check whether you can join? I've
I'll
just
check.
shared it on the chat. So here is the playbook for you to download. This is the family values journal, which you can use. You can just click on the link and download it and edit it however you want. It's just a template and you can make it as beautiful as you want. Yeah, are you able to download it? Just check.
It says page not found.
Really?
Yeah.
It is asking me for request access.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, you can just send a request access and I will give you the access. Yeah. So
Where is this link? I can't find the link in the chat box. Okay, now I. Okay.
no, there is a docs.google.document.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got it. Yeah.
and that is the family values journal. And then there is a link for joining the first open forum on 1st of November. It's just a RSVP link.
Right. Got that. Yeah, I couldn't
Yeah.
open.
Thank you. So I want a couple of you to share your thoughts about today's session. What went well, what did not go well, and what would you like to have is something which I wanted to ask you because I think it's all, many times I regularly conduct webinars and workshops and training sessions. But I always want to keep the audience in mind. What is that they are looking out for, and am I meeting that or not? And I would always request you to tell me what did not go wrong first, because I would like to rectify and I would like to make it a better experience for you next time. Yeah. So I want all of you to tell me what you liked and was it worthwhile spending this time with me, or was it not? Whatever it may be. Yeah. I'm open for any kind of criticism too. Yeah.
I enjoyed the session today, as you said, worth my time. I came with a blank mind. I didn't know what you were talking about. You just sent me, you asked me to join. I said, okay, I didn't know what you were talking about. But it was a beautiful session. And the very concept of creating a future ready child is something that I am looking forward to. And as you said, like the way I like the point point by point approach. These are things that I have done, but I felt that you put words to crystallize what I've been doing so far in my family.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, I mean, I don't have any points on what went wrong because I came quite
Thanks for your
open.
kindness. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, looking forward to more. Now I know what to expect.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Go
So
ahead.
for
Thank
me,
you.
Nagamani, it was
Yeah.
thoroughly interesting, as I told you earlier also, and very close to my heart because I'm dealing with teachers and also students on daily basis. So I can, relate to it very well. What kind of problems parents are going through and how teachers are facing problem. And in Indian setting, 35 to 40 students in a class, and even if five of them are not behaving the way they should be behaving, it becomes very difficult for teacher to go ahead, move ahead in a smooth manner. So it was very, very interesting for me, and I've taken a lot of tips from you as well, and I'm looking forward to our future webinars as well. So very important, a future ready child is what every parent is looking for, and they should know, how to make their child ready for future, because so many changes are coming in the world every night. The technology is changing, the way people respond to certain things is changing, how they look out at different things is changing. So it is very important for parents to be part of this journey. That is what I feel too. They should be part of this journey, and they will learn so much, they will understand so much, they will get insight into from so many experts from different places all over the world, I'll say, if people
Yes.
start joining. So it's
Yes.
going to be an amazing, platform for
Thank you so
everyone.
much. Thank you
Thank
so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
also
go
like
ahead.
to thank you because first of all, you have said such serious issues in such a simple way to so that we can relate to it. We were able to relate with it, and we were able to think back on our personal whatever is going on, and then kind of your interaction made it possible for us to see uh, where we were lacking, where we are lacking, and where we are going okay, sort of, kind of. So that was a good thing for me, and you have taken it in such a fluent way, from point to point, how to go and all. So that was one thing I really liked about it. As Dr. Jyoti Rao said, I came here blank, like, didn't expect, I mean, I didn't know what to expect, but I said, okay, I will go along with it. So, but it was, yeah, it was worth it. And thank you so much. And I'd like to interact more in future, more so because when it comes to Indian scenario, there are such micro environments. Each place has their own its own challenges, its own things to deal with, which may not be, no, there is no universal way to deal with such kind of problems. Like, as for the screen time itself, when I said that most of the time it is okay, because one thing is that, oh, my friend has so much of time, their parents don't say anything, so why should I have that kind of, so those things are, we have to deal it on day-to-day basis.
That's right.
Like, if we are saying something and there is a contradiction outside when we go to the community front, then the child is really confused, because for him the things which we are doing at home, it becomes kind of a punishment. Okay, for what do I have to feel this one when my friend is having all the freedom?
That's right.
So those kind of discussions, it's difficult to have with like you said, like-minded people, if we do not have nearby personal, I mean, physically present.
Yes.
So this kind of webinars, I think, will have that case, because sometimes I'm at dead end kind of thing, like, okay, now what should I do? And there is no time to think, because the child is standing in front of you and you have to respond Like,
Yeah.
they are waiting for your response.
Yes.
So those kind of things, I think the more we share, the more we get to know. So thank you for this opportunity, and I look forward to having more of this kind of interactions. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much.